Okay, hello, welcome back, I guess, if you've ever been on here. Um, Probably haven't been on here, just because I have a single video and nothing else. But, hey, if you watched that one video, thanks. Thanks for coming back. Beep, beep, fan.
Best fan.
And knockover fan. Okay.
I guess you could say it's your biggest fan.
It probably is. Okay. But yeah, so we're going to be playing some D&D, as you can see by the very large D&D on the screen. Yeah. I really don't know what else to say. It's Dungeons & Dragons. Um, I have 3 people playing with today. I have, if you would like to go from top to bottom in the Discord.
So it's me, Sarthis, your boy with the cringy content.
It's your boy Japsy with that good 12-year-old Minecraft videos.
And it's a cutout.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Real quick cutouts.
You faded out.
I cut out?
Yeah,
Oh,
you cut out.
I heard and no, that's it.
And it's over.
There we go.
And apparently with a mic that cuts out.
Yep.
I think it's more of the internet that cuts out.
True.
All right. So
Okay.
we ready to go?
Oh, I really hope the internet doesn't cut out while we're playing. That'd suck.
Yeah, we'll be
that
fine.
would absolutely suck if somebody were to all of a sudden leave.
Okay. So, let us begin.
Yes.
So the 3 of you are sitting around. You've been contacted by a man of the name Egregious. And you were told to meet at the tipped tower and wait for a man named Kracia.
And
So-
what is this tipped tower, by the way?
It's more of an inn. It's not really a bar. It's more of an inn. Like, they
Okay.
have rooms.
All right. You already told me this before, but I just want to make sure the viewers knew. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm supposed to describe it as we get into the building, but whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry. No.
Come on,
Sorry.
Arthas.
Wow.
What the hell?
Come on, man.
It's fine. So, Raylith, you're actually outside watching. If you would like to roll me a perception check.
Where are my dice? I gotta pull this up.
17 and perception.
It should be a +7. If you look on your skills,
Yep. So that means.
that is a 24.
Yeah.
Rangers.
Wow.
Okay, so looking outside, keeping watch out, you don't see anyone you think could be Kracia. It's an interesting name, so you're like, probably an interesting person. But keeping a watch outside, you don't see anyone. About 10-15 minutes, you head inside to join back up with your 2 compatriots, you 2 comrades. The inside of the bar is, the inn, bar, inn, whatever. The BI, barn and inn. Barn and inn. It's a barn. Sorry. It's relatively taken care of. Like, you've seen better, but you've also seen much worse. So, out of all the places in town, it's okay. You don't mind staying here. It's cheap.
That's always nice.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, so
Cheap around
you
here.
walk in, flip your hood off.
Whoosh.
And for the casual observer, you are I believe, if I take a look, you are a relatively tall elf with this pale bronze green skin, um, bright blue eyes, and some really sky blue hair that goes all the way down to your waist in a ponytail. You're wearing like this hood and a cloak. You have a well, it's a fairly large and nicely decorated quiver on your back. Other than that, you don't seem to be carrying anything on you, other than like maybe a coin purse. Um,
Which is always helpful.
yes, that's all. Gold is
Wait,
always
so
helpful.
he has a purse? Is that what you're saying?
He has a.
coin
It's
purse.
called a coin purse. It's literally just a little bag that people tie to their belt to keep coins
Okay,
in.
whatever. I just thought Jacob was, he's the first, and Rayla.
Don't worry, you can call him Jacob.
Yeah,
We don't
it's
care
fine.
about names. But
Alright.
if you're referring to his character, make sure to call him Rayla.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll make sure to mock him on his coin purse when I actually meet him.
Okay.
Stop
Okay.
mocking.
Okay. So if you walk in, you see your two compatriots, two very, very tall people.
Maybe I don't want to walk in then.
um, they're two ASMR. Um, yeah, they're they're really tall people. Probably around 6'3" and 6'4" ish. They stand a good 2-3 inches taller than you. One is ridiculously beefed out.
I mean,
Wearing like
does eat a
wearing
lot of beef.
chainmail, has a hammer at his belt,
Ooh.
2 spears, and a crossbow strapped to his back. Has this little, with your very high passive, even just passive perception, he has this little strip of cloth that's tied to one of the spearheads. You can't really see what it is from this distance because it's relatively small. The other one is this tall but far more lanky than the other one. He's still beefy, but not nearly in the amount that the other one is. He's less strong and more just a very big and tall person. Long, dirty blonde hair, these stormy blue-gray eyes. Seems to have a bit more of a fragile feel to the other one, where the other one feels like a battering ram kind of person.
I'm realizing I probably should have gone into a bit more detail with my character now.
No, it's fine, Don't worry about it. So, Rayleigh, you go and you sit down at the table, and turn to Sarthis and Nidrulum.
Okay.
What are you guys talking about as you wait for the person you're supposed to contact? Just oof.
Just plays.
Putting this all on me.
Okay.
No, it's you guys. You, plural.
So, Rayla, did you see anybody outside who looks suspicious?
No, I have not. I
Okay.
use my supervision. That I don't have.
Use my supervision that I don't have.
What about you, Nidulum? Have you seen anybody who looks like a weird bird person?
No, I haven't seen anyone. Haven't seen any
Okay.
birds as of late.
Okay. I mean, I see one out the window, but he looks like a rather normal bird to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have to pull my dice out because I forgot to do that this morning.
Good job. All right, we'll just keep stalling.
No, don't worry about it.
So,
I mean, I just have the bag of dice right here next to me.
so Nidulum, you're an Asimar like me, correct?
Yep.
You
pretty
guys do
cool.
know a little bit about
Chris,
each other.
you know.
Okay, I didn't know that though.
Okay, okay, well,
Alright.
sorry, I'm trying to get to it. You do know a little bit about each other because you have been together for maybe 2 weeks now.
Okay,
So if
okay,
there is
time to.
any information you would like the other people to know about you, you can tell them now so the viewers know it as well.
Okay, so I am a cool guy. I got.
Sure.
Okay, I got like a tattoo on my arm and on my head, and it's like the symbol of my father's shield. And I hate the people who killed my father, and that's basically it.
He
I'm
goes
just
on nightly like Sarthas goes on these like almost nightly grumpy moods where he just talks. I hate these people. I hate these people.
oh sick. I didn't
If they
know
killed
that.
your parents, of course you would.
I didn't even know that they killed my parents in front of me. So I mean, I guess that makes sense.
They
I didn't know
actually
that.
did. So
Yeah,
like he has valid reason to do this.
I have valid. That is the reason.
But at the same
why
time, also edgy
he has
character.
that's
Yeah.
how I became a paladin. Was I made an oath that I would avenge my parents and stop these people from killing anybody else.
And for those who
And-
are familiar with D&D, that means he took the Oath of Vengeance. As you
And-
could guess, for those who are not, Oath of Vengeance.
Yeah, yeah. I want revenge, and I want to stop them from being bad guys because I am a decently good person.
To be clear, you are a chaotic good, which means
Because
the
I'm
end
pretty
justifies
okay.
the explosions.
What did he say?
A chaotic good, which means if you have to blow things up, as long as it turns out good in the end, you're fine.
Okay, cool. I'm glad about that. Also, I didn't know my guy was so beefy. I thought I was just like,
No, you have a 5 in strength. You are
is that
beefy.
good?
That's max. That's like base
is,
max.
He is a beefy 5-layer. Yep.
Okay,
He's the
so,
beefiest of
alright, if you
boys.
need me to move a boulder or something, let me know. I didn't know it, but I'm like really nice and strong.
Also,
He's a
the-
strong boy.
Yes, you have a very strong boy, and the other two are not as strong.
Ha, take that, nerd.
What the
I
heck?
mean, alright, so, Japsy, or what's your name?
Nidrilum.
Yeah,
Nidrilum.
Tell us about yourself, that way I don't start asking random questions even though I've known you for 2 weeks.
Well,
I feel awkward not knowing.
I mean,
Also, you don't have to tell them anything. It's whatever you want them to know. So you could have just been quiet the entire time. Though I think with your charisma of +5, you've kind of been a very talkative person.
yeah, I'm realizing this, but I don't have a backstory, so I have no idea what to talk about.
Okay, don't worry. We can work that out. Don't worry about it.
Good job, man. My backstory is just my parents died and
Didn't
was
I come up
there.
with like half of that for you though?
No, I was like, it was a village and people attacked and you named the people and then you.
I
said
named the
how-
people and I gave quite a good description, I think.
I said that they were killed in front of me and then you worked out the details. I feel like I
Yes.
did a good job. I may have had
Okay.
a little help though. Okay, alright, what about you, Rayla? Do you want to tell us anything before we start everything up? That way, I'm not like, wait a second, are you saying you're good at.
He doesn't have a
Using a-
backstory either.
You freaking kill me!
Don't worry, that'll be worked out soon. And
Okay.
to be honest, in the first, it takes a little bit to get the backstories rolling in campaigns, so they won't be active for a couple of episodes probably.
Okay, right. So
Which,
how
if
about
you're
you-
watching this on YouTube, I am going to be putting episodes of this, hopefully about 1 a week.
Make
It
sure you
probably-
subscribe and click the bell icon. That way you get notified when another video goes up.
And
Indeed.
hit the like button.
That's a subtle self-promotion right there, guys.
Actually, that was me promoting him, so it
Yep.
wasn't.
I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, so, see? I did all 4.
Yeah.
Look at me, only 2
Promotion, I
videos
don't-
up, and I'm already created all this. Alright, so wait, how about you quickly before we start, Jacob and Alex, explain to me what you guys do. Like, are you strong? Are you smart? Are you
Well,
fast? Do you use a dagger? Do you use
Yes,
a
I
bow?
am.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that actually
have
will
30
become apparent once we get into the story
I
here
have
in a minute.
35 speed.
Okay, alright, then you have 35 speed. Wait,
35? Jeez.
35-foot walking speed.
Yeah.
Oh.
how do I see
Whoa.
that?
You have
I've got
th-
30
you have a
fucking-
30-foot. He's
Okay.
an elf. He's a wood elf ranger, which gives him the +5 bonus.
Okay, I was like, wait,
But also,
35.
both of you have a higher armor class than he does.
Hi.
But I'm a range, so I don't.
Yeah.
do like
Anyway,
you
let's,
guys,
And I'm a wizard.
let's get back to the story.
Sorcerer,
It's all
so
about the
Yeah.
lore. So let's start.
Yeah, we gotta get that sick lore going.
Yes,
Mm.
the law indeed.
Definitely.
So, is the Birdman
so you,
coming?
Yeah, where's the Birdman?
so you're sitting there
man.
just talking to each other. And Rayla, since you have, I believe you do have the highest. Yes, you have the highest passive perception. You notice the rather diminutive, what looks like a person with a hood and like a cloak walking behind the bar. He's, as far as you can tell, he's been there for about maybe 2 minutes while you guys have been talking, just kind of pacing. You have occasionally seen him like barely peek over the bar, just enough to see his eyes, which look normal enough. But you can't see anything else because of the cloak. Um, but yeah, as you guys finish talking, Sarthis bursts into laughter about something.
Ha 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 ha. Ha.
Excuse me. And at that point, you see him pop up and look straight at your group. And he goes, "Oh." And so you see him pop back down, and you hear this as he like, you can see the hood just like bob rapidly around the bar and just run straight towards your group. And what you see is this maybe 4 foot tall, 1 foot tall bird. Kind of looks like a parrot if it was a human wearing a parrot costume. Like the legs aren't completely like bird-like. They do look more like talons than feet, but he has like fingers. You can see that, and well, he does have a beak. It's not as much of a. It's smaller than a bird beak and more of a what would you call it? It kind of looks more like he just strapped a beak to his face. It really
Okay.
does just look like someone in a bird costume. But you know this to be an Aarakocra, which they're not common. So you assume this is the person you're supposed to meet, Kracia. And so he hop sprints up to you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. And he like starts shaking your hand, like very rapidly.
Whose hand?
Rayla's hand, because Rayla
Okay.
just sat down at the table, so he's the farthest one away.
Okay.
So what do you guys say?
Stop shaking my hand so much. Calm down.
First
Calm
impressions, my
down.
dude.
Just,
Calm down.
I mean, what is your? You don't have very high charisma, so that makes sense.
Ooh.
The other two of you, however, have max charisma. So
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right. So
So I'm the social awkward in this group. That's just what
Yeah.
I am.
you're a reclusive wood elf ranger who sits in the corner and yells at people for shaking their hand.
Yes.
he didn't yell at him. He just calmly said, "Stop shaking my hand."
Calm
Okay.
down.
All right. Anyway, okay. So, are you the Aarakocra we've been looking for?
Yes, yeah. My name is Kracia Bates. Greed just sent you, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Good. So he did you did discuss payment with him, correct? And out of character, yes, you did. The amount's already been is being held, waiting for Kracia to tell them that yes, they have completed the job.
Oh, so we have all the payments done, right?
The payment is ready to be paid, but he's waiting till you finish
we
with the
have
job
to
to
finish.
pay
You
you.
have to do the job first.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
No payment without work.
Oh,
Aw.
I thought we were just getting free money.
Okay. Anyways, all right. Yes, the payment, all the payment stuff has been determined.
Good, 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 good. Okay, so if you would like to like to follow me, I'll take you to the job site. And so he like kind of he like scurries out towards the door.
Alrighty.
So I assume you guys follow him.
Yeah.
yes, we follow him.
Would you like to probe him for any information about the job on the way there, or are you just gonna walk in sullen silence?
I'll
I'll
ask.
ask him.
Yeah, let's find out more about this job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You too.
So
because
what
I
are
don't
we
have any
doing?
charisma.
So,
You two ask.
um,
Yeah,
We're
Alex,
told
you
that
do
we
it
have a
first.
job, but we don't know what the job is. So what are we doing?
your job today, or for however long it takes. Um, I own a warehouse here in I forget what I called the city.
Was
What's a city name? What's a good city name?
Corinth.
Corinth. Okay,
Yep.
Corinth.
I thought you just said corn.
Corn.
Going into corn.
My
City.
city's
What
named
other bird
Kern.
in the city of Corn?
Kern.
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 Okay, so let me add that.
Kern.
City of Corinth. There you go. So, there we go. I own a warehouse here in the city of Corinth. Um, but it's recently come under a bit of I guess you could call it a forced infestation. There's been some like thuggy, nasty guys dragging these cages and letting things loose on my property.
That's not good.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not, because they've been tearing through some of my, well, not mine, but some of the things I store for other people.
Sounds like an infestation.
Yeah.
I just said that in the description.
Yeah, he did say
I did. A forced infestation. Bro, come on.
Do you have any details on the creatures, or did you run away before you could see them?
Oh. Wow. Harsh.
What? No.
Did
I
you
didn't
run
mean, like,
away
harsh.
before you could see them?
No,
What
because I
were you
presume they run
saying
away if
about
they're creatures.
that?
They don't want to die.
No, that's personally that's not what he's saying. One second while I roll to see his intelligence. Okay. That's a very bad intelligence score for this person.
Oh boy.
He does, however, know. So you can learn of. You can either learn of two creatures, or you can learn of one creature in more detail.
Let's learn about two separate creatures.
Okay, so
That
you'll
way-
get the name of two creatures.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Like, want to write this down.
Yeah, I've already got a notepad up here.
Don't worry. If you ever want to ask again, I have all of the tabs open for all of these monsters. I have a bunch of notes everywhere.
Okay, sounds good. Never mind then.
So
Got it.
you don't have to worry about writing things down about the monsters. He looks he goes a bit pale talking about it, as pale as a person with feathers can. But he does say there's these there's been a lot of these like giant spiders.
Spiders.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can see I don't want to be the fly in that trap. And there's been a few of these. They look like giant roosters. I don't really know what to call them. But they do have these. They look like a chicken, with a lizard tail and bat wings. It's really creepy.
Chicken with a lizard tail and bat wings.
wings.
If Nidrillum, I believe you have Arcana.
Arcana.
If you would like
where
to
would
make
I
an
go?
Arcana check, which is in your skills, it is a D20 plus 4
Alright, I'll do that.
for you. If you look at your character sheet, it is the first skill, which is the long the tall column. It's the first skill that has proficiency, which is the black dot next to it.
Alright, so roll 20 for it.
Roll a D20 and then add 4.
Oh.
What'd you
Okay,
roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay, that's not a natural one.
Which is good.
So you
So
just
Wait,
that's up to
wait, wait.
9.
so
Okay,
you
wait.
don't know what it is,
Wait,
but you
wait, wait.
don't
I
think.
think I might
But
know what this is now. Is this a cockatrice?
if you would like to roll an intelligence, I can tell you yes or no.
Okay, so that's just the
That is a
D20.
D20
Okay,
plus
ready?
your intelligence, which
Which
is a
5,
2,
right?
which is a plus 2.
Wait, I'm only 2, and that's pretty.
You have a
that
15
means
of intelligence, but your score modifier is a 2. Because
okay.
every even number above a 10 gives you a plus 1. You are a 15, that is an odd, so you only get your
Yeah.
bonus for your 14.
Oh, okay, right here I'm rolling. So I got a 9. So
9
plus
plus
2 is
2,
11.
that's 11. It does sound like a cockatrice, but there are maybe 2 other things you can think of that it might be.
Okay.
So it might be a cockatrice. And you've heard of a cockatrice? You don't know what a cockatrice does.
Okay, I'll stop reading then. Never mind.
Don't look through the monsters.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to know.
Don't look through the monsters. That's
I'm
cheating.
sorry. All I saw was a picture of it. Can I at least send the picture of what I think it might be?
I can do that actually.
Okay, alright. Sorry, I got curious.
It's okay. I will be putting the image in. Nope, that is the wrong. Okay, don't worry about
That's a hexadecimal color code right there.
It is indeed.
You know what? Oh, I can't. Wait.
Okay, so that is there. Okay, but it does definitely sound like might be a cockatrice, but you don't really know what a cockatrice can do currently. Excuse me. But looking through, just talking with him, he does tell you about those 2.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Excuse me.
Good.
But after about maybe a 10-15 minute walk, you do get to the edge of town, or the edge of the city. It's a small city, more of a town, really. But you do see this large wood and stone warehouse. It's maybe 40 feet tall, with about the first 20 to 30 feet of it being stone, and then the roof and the last little bit of the wall being wood. There are 2 very large gates that look like they would have someone walk and pull them to open them. The gates are probably 10 feet tall and maybe 6 feet wide in singularly. So about 12. The opening you assume is probably at 12 foot wide by 10.
Okay. That means nothing taller than 12 feet.
But yeah, you do see there is there is fencing around this warehouse.
So it's like a chicken
There
coop.
is like wood fencing, and you do see
Okay.
these crates that have just that look like they've been tossed over, and then whatever was inside the crates broke out.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like to do?
I would. Let's see.
I'd like to investigate. I can.
That is
can we
not.
investigate?
It would be more of a perception check currently to see what's going on here.
Okay.
Alright. Well, who's the best perception? Jacob is, right?
Probably Raylith. Yes.
Alright,
Let's see.
alright, so you do your thing.
Yeah, my perception's a 1, so.
No, mine's 7.
Mine.
My gosh.
I
So,
don't see.
13.
Where do you see perception?
Perception. It is in your skills. It is about
Yeah.
3/4
I
of the way
got
down.
five.
You have a
Yeah, I
5 in
got
it,
I
which
got
isn't
5,
too
okay.
bad. But you're not
So I
trained.
got a 13 plus 7.
So that's a 20. Okay.
That's pretty good, right?
Yes, that is above that, far above average.
It's
Jacob,
not
you're
a
always
natural.
getting that kind of stuff. Ooh.
It's not a natural
not a
20, so it's
natural
not a
20,
critical
sadly.
success.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking around, you do see some tracks. And are you trained in survival? You are trained in survival. So once you get to those tracks, if you would like to make a survival check,
Okay.
you can then decipher and see what other creatures are possibly here. But looking around, you do hear some like inside of the warehouse, so you can assume there are things probably unhappy with each other inside of the warehouse. Um, so what would you like to do?
Walk toward. I would like to walk towards the.
The tracks? Okay, you're gonna have to get over the wall.
Okay.
So if you'd like to make an acrobatics, or you can ask the Aarakocra to unlock the front gate.
No.
No,
that'd
be
be
cool about it. We don't want whatever's in there to get out.
Oh, yeah.
fine. I got a 7, so that's 14.
So that's 14. Okay, you do manage to make it over the wall. It's a bit tougher than you were expecting, but you do manage to get over the wall. What are the other two? What are you other two doing?
I'm gonna go with Rayla just to make sure he doesn't get attacked from behind while he's investigating the tracks.
Okay, so how are you gonna get over the wall? Are you gonna use acrobatics as well, or what are you gonna do?
I am going to use my giant hammer to break a small hole that I can climb through. Because I only have a +2 aerobatics, so I'm probably not going to succeed. And
Okay.
I've been rolling bad all day.
Oh, okay.
That sounds slightly more dramatic than just unlocking the fence.
Actually,
To do it.
if you wanna, I've got a +5 aerobatics, and I think I've got a lot more like utility and stuff. So if you want to stay with the guy while I go, I don't know if you really want to go over, then that's fine. But I have a lot more utility, I guess.
Okay, I'll
So
stay
you
with...
might be better at defending him.
Alright, I'll stay with the guy then.
Okay.
I'll stay with the Birdman.
Alright.
Well, the Birdman is like, he's like, okay, well, I've taken you here. I'm gonna leave.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
he's
okay.
not gonna
So
stay.
oh.
He flies off because he can fly.
Well
Then
then.
let's all just go. Thanks, Birdman.
Alright.
Oh,
Thank you for
he's
being
a
that
caretaker. He's like a clerk. He's not gonna go and fight things.
Yeah, well, it could have helped us.
Alright, here. You know what? I want to try doing an aerobatic.
You guys
move. I'm
didn't
gonna
really
sail up
ask
the
him for any information before he left. You could have
I
like said,
asked-
well, no, you asked like what type of creatures, but you could have,
Okay.
well, when you got there, you could have said, well, are there any entrances other than the front gates, blah blah blah.
I
But
didn't know he was already gone though. You never said
well,
that.
no. Like you guys decided to start walking in. He's like, I'm not staying here. I'm
Oh,
leaving.
okay.
Let's
Alright.
all just roll out then.
Alright, let's all. Alright,
Let's roll
aerobatic.
in.
Ready? Okay.
Uh,
Alright, I'm gonna try.
Start
doing
this. If you
like-
would like, you can use your athletics. It is a more strength. It is like you pull yourself up rather than you do like a run, jump, flip over.
Okay, yeah, I've got a +7 athletics. That'd probably be better.
Yes, that would
Wow.
be definitely be better.
Oh,
Yeah,
gee.
Okay.
he's
Alright,
a very
so here.
strong person.
I'm rolling. I
Okay.
don't know. I got a 10, so 10 plus 7.
Okay, so you manage you you kind of just start doing you're tempted to do it one arm, but you're not sure if you can make it that way. So you do both arms, lift yourself up and over, and just drop down to the other side.
Okay.
So Nidrilum, how are you getting over?
I'll jump over acrobatic roll.
Okay, so roll your acrobatics and add 5.
Alright, so I got 9, 9.
So that's a 14.
It's 14.
So you do manage to make it over. You do have some trouble along the way, but nothing major. You get over about as gracefully as Raylith did. But yeah, you're on the other side. Excuse me. So what are you gonna do? Are you going to run straight in? Are you gonna try and sneak, or are you gonna try
I'm going
and
to
learn
go-
more information about what could possibly be in there?
I'm gonna go sit by Raylith and make sure he doesn't get attacked while he's trying to view
Investigate
the
the
tracks.
Okay. So Sarthis, if you'd like to roll a perception, and Raylith, if you'd like to roll a survival.
Survival. Okay.
Survival or a nature.
Okay, I got a 17 perception.
Okay. I will keep
It
that in
fell
mind
off the
then.
Table, but I caught it, and it just 17 was on top. Do you want me to roll it again? Or...
Yeah, generally if it falls off the table, it's called a dead die, so you have to
Oh, okay.
reroll.
All right.
I got a
okay.
14 survival plus
Oh,
7 is
no.
21.
This time I got a 5.
I got
So
a
you,
21
but you do
survival.
have a 10, so you didn't. It's not a horrible. In general,
Wait.
I set a before you roll, I have like a number in my head. So if you reach it, you succeed. If you don't, you fail. And depending
Okay.
on the the rate of failure or rate of success, like how many numbers over. Generally, it's in like fives or tens. Um, but you don't. For this, you won't know if you succeed or not until it's either too late, or you see something.
Okay,
But
so wait,
Radith,
I got a five. How did I get a +10? Just quick question.
you have a
So,
10 in total because you have a +5 to
oh,
perception.
okay, okay, makes sense. All right,
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotcha.
I'm I'm flipping between all of your
I
your
got
character sheets just to help you guys along here.
I got
Okay.
14 plus the 7 in
So that's a
survival, so I got 21.
that's a
Oh my
21.
God.
Stop that.
Dude.
He rolls really well, and like this isn't him fudging dice to get higher. No, he just consistently
this
rolls
is- yeah.
really high.
Yeah, this is
So
me.
the
And
only
it's
thing
super
I've got
frustrating
left
for me.
so
Knows.
far is jumping over a fence, and Jacob has already got like 5 perception roll.
Okay. So
Okay.
using your survival, looking at these tracks that are here, you can learn something about one creature. You can learn about one creature or learn the name of two creatures.
I'll learn something about one creature.
Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 3.
2.
2. Okay. Looking through, good thing you rolled very high. You see, looks like it's similar to lizard prints,
Okay.
but they're spaced much farther apart.
Mm.
And lizards generally aren't this heavy.
Yeah.
Um, so you're thinking it might be a small dragon. Either a wormling or some other relative of a dragon that's relatively small.
Okay.
But it seems to, from what you can tell of the tracks, it seems to move rather quickly and like there are like spurts of like the footprints. Like you can see where it dug up the ground like for the first footprint and then the rest of the footprints, and then you can see like stops, like a little bit of a skid. So whatever it is, it moves quickly. And so probably something small and fast.
So it's a small, quick-moving lizard type creature, correct?
Small moving
Dragon-like creature.
dragon.
Dragon. Okay, dragon.
Dragon-like creature.
Okay.
Um, Didrillan, are you doing anything during this time?
I don't know. What is there around that I could? Is there anything nearby that I could try to check out to help out? Or no?
Make a perception check then, if you'd like
Alright,
to.
let's roll for perception. What is
This is specifically
one.
looking for things.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, oh. Okay, so for people who do not know dice rules, um, some people don't go by this rule, but I think it's fun to have criticals. A critical fail and a critical success. Critical fail is a 1 on a d20, not on other die. And a critical success is a 20. On a critical fail, everything that could possibly goes wrong goes wrong. On a critical success, you succeed no matter what the check is. And on like damage rolls, like if you're trying to hit someone and you roll a 20, you double all your damage, which is really powerful at some points. Okay, so since you rolled a natural 20, you do miss what Sarthis was when Sarthis was sitting there like watching. You do miss what he was trying to watch for, which you do see what appears to be two people. You assume because they look like people with like hoods. One has like a crossbow, the other has like a sword at his waist. But they don't have seemed to notice you yet. They seem to be facing the other direction, looking around the corner of the around the southeast corner of the warehouse.
Okay.
You're probably a good 150 feet from them.
Okay.
But the main thing you notice is and let me make a roll for this. Okay, that's good, but not good enough. What you do notice is the small drake-looking creature that is on the wall, and I will send a
Oh,
picture of this.
okay.
It is on the wall above the. I will send a picture of this, and I will actually post this picture so that people
I was
can
gonna
see
say,
it in.
I was gonna ask if I could look what a Drake looks like.
This is what this is
Oh.
the this is what Nidrilum sees, and for those watching, I will actually add the photo now.
That
If I-
looks pretty cool.
All right.
So that's what you saw.
This is what you see above
Alright.
the two what you assume to be
Watchmen.
bandits or thugs or whatever was tossing monsters in here.
Okay.
And let me roll and roll again. Whoop, that fell off the table. Okay. They don't seem to notice the creature until it jumps down on one. And let me see, what's the damage roll for this? Okay. Okay, so that's this, and then I roll two more. Okay, they don't seem to see until it literally lands on top of one and starts biting in, and seems to take a pretty good chunk out of the person. And at this point, Raylith and Stardust, you do hear the screaming, and you do notice the it's large compared to you, but it's not gigantic. So it is a smaller drake. So what are you guys doing?
Can
Um,
can I attack it with my longbow?
You have your longbow, and I believe longbows have a range. If I go to actions,
Yeah, 150.
attack, you have a 150-foot range normally. So what you'll see if any of you have ranged weapons like daggers or longbows, there's a first number in bold and a second number in parentheses.
Okay.
The first number is these are range increments.
Mm-hmm.
First number is what you can do normally. The
Okay.
second range increment is what you can do at a disadvantage, which means you roll twice and take the lower number.
Okay.
There is a skill later on that allows you to do either one with normal rolls, but we won't get into that.
Okay.
So you are Raylith, you would like to attack it, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You may get one attack off, and then everyone will have to roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay. A quick question. So, how far away are these people?
They're about 150 feet.
Okay. So if I have a
Anywhere
range of-
between 120 and 150 feet. You don't have anything that actually can hit them currently.
Okay. I was seeing my crossbow at 100.
Actually,
oh, dang it, so
you
close.
can use your crossbow. It will be at disadvantage though.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not doing anything right now, so I might as well, right?
Yeah. Or what you can do is since Raylith has the ability to first shoot, if you want to, you can use your crossbow to first shoot before we roll initiative. But other than that, you're gonna have to. You can also take the dash action, which is you move 30 feet, use your action to dash, and then you move another 30 feet closer. So you could
So-
get into like melee or within your crossbow range.
So I roll a
Um,
d20.
so you roll a d20 and add 7. Sorry, you add 9. I forget because you are specially proficient with your bow.
14
14. Is that with the 9 or without it?
without the 9.
Without. Okay.
Jeez.
You do actually manage to hit.
I wonder why.
Hey, good job, man.
You just managed to hit is the thing.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I won't be able to land this shot then.
So roll your damage, which is a 1d8 plus 5. Do you remember what the d8s look like?
Okay.
They're the sort of they look like two pyramids on top of each other.
Okay, yeah, got it. Ah,
Well, not on top of each other, but like with the bases
Oh.
connected.
okay. Well,
Yeah, I got you.
so it's 1d8 plus 5.
1d8 plus 5.
Well, I got a natural 1, so that means
6.
6. Yeah.
Okay. So I will mark that down.
So that didn't do too much damage then, did it?
No.
And
Oh.
it's an arrow from a longbow. You watch as Rayleigh kneels down, pulls the bow out of his
Magic.
quiver,
Yeah, magic quiver. Okay.
which for you, Nidrilum, you haven't seen him do this yet. You saw him get the quiver, but you didn't realize he could store his entire bow inside of it. So he whips out his bow, pulls an arrow out as well, aims down, raises a little bit, and fires. You watch as the arrow streaks through the air, slam into like the right behind the right shoulder of this creature.
Oh, that's gonna
It does. It reacts in pain because you shot it.
You shot it.
It looks to be it's a hit, but it's not like a oh no he's like almost dead. But it is a hit. You did deal damage to him. So if anyone else would like to make a ranged attack,
I'll use rage attack. So I have to like, I'll have to. Can I run and then shoot, or do I have to just shoot? Or
you
how does
can
that
run
work?
and then shoot.
Alright, so
If you
I
do,
run.
okay, so you use your action, you use your movement, which you have a 30-foot movement speed,
Okay. So
which
that
does
means
get you within the 100-foot range, so you can attack without a
disadvantage.
without
thing.
disadvantage.
Okay. So
So
now
roll
I
a d20,
All right, I'm rolling, and I
add
get
4,
15 plus 4 is
19. So you do hit it. So roll 1d10 plus 2. D10
Okay.
are the there are 2 of these dice. One has like an 80, 10, and 50. The other one has just single digits on it. You want to roll the one with single digits on it. If not, I can post a picture in chat if you need it.
Oh, okay. All right, I got. I think I
Okay.
got it. So it's got like a 1795.
It should be one of the only it's the only one with a 0 on it. It should be the only die with a 0.
Okay, yeah, this one has a 0. Okay.
Okay.
Right, rolling it, and I got a 4.
4. Okay, so 4 plus 2, that's a 6. So you
Okay.
hit it again. You see Sarthus two-handed pull the crossbow off his back, flip it over, catch it, kneel, aim up since he keeps it loaded, and fire.
Okay.
And you will have to spend your bonus action reloading it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it does hit. It does deal damage. It's another crossbow bolt in its side. Nidrum, would you like to do anything? If you run forward, you do get in range to cast one of your spells.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how close am I to them?
It's about 100. It's 150 feet away. So if you do take your 30-foot moving speed and move as far as possible, you do get just in range with your spell. Yes.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, so don't forget to mark off one of your spell slots
Yeah, just
when you do this. So what Scorching Ray does is you create 3 areas of fire and hurl them at a target within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. So you're gonna roll the d20 3 times and add 7 to each of them.
all right. So 3 times and add 7 each time.
Yes. So roll 1, and tell me what it is. I'll add 7. Roll another. Tell me what it is. Add 7.
So I got
Are
16
you
for my first one?
16 plus and then the 7, or did you already add the 7?
In total it would be 23.
Okay.
All right, and then the next one would be 18 with the 7 already added.
Okay. Are these all on the Drake, or are you going for some of what looks to be the bandits as well?
I'll cast them on the Drake since
The
it's
Drake?
probably a high damage attack.
Okay.
Oh, and then a 19 plus 7.
Okay, so all 3 hit. So what you do is you
26,
take 2d6 and you roll them. Roll 2d6 3 times.
1,
1,
1,
1.
2. Really?
So you have a 4. So you get to roll 2d6 2 more times. No,
Okay.
sorry, you get to roll 2d6 one more time.
I got a 3.
Okay, so that's a
And I
6.
And I get one more roll.
Yes.
1.
7.
Suck it,
Wait, so
rolling.
1, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Yes.
You have one more to roll. I'm sorry, because I miscounted that.
3.
3.
Apparently, I can't get into the top half.
So
yeah,
6,
that's fine.
10, 11. So you do deal 11 damage.
All right.
And looking at the creature,
How much health does this creature have approximately? Can we tell that? Or
looking at it as you see, Nidralin raise his hand and like gesture forward with it. You see out of his out of like the ring, the middle, and the pointer finger, you see these 3 little bursts of flame coalesce and then fire straight into the creature's side. Each one
Nice.
burning and like creating this little like charred impact.
Cool.
It is looking really hurt.
Okay.
So now, each of you are going to roll initiative.
Okay, which one is that?
That's
You roll a dexterity, and then you add your initiative bonus.
Okay, but I'm using, which die am I using?
It's a d20.
Alright, so I got a 11. It hit the other die. Is that alright, or do I need to roll?
Is it flat, or
Yeah,
is it
it's
like
flat?
cocked?
Yeah, it's flat.
Okay.
It just bounced against the other die.
Yeah, then that's fine.
Because I've got a kind of small spot to roll. Okay,
That's
so I
fine.
got an 11.
An
and then
11
you
plus
said
2.
add
Your dexterity is a plus 2, so you have a 13 initiative. Okay, I will
Alright.
write this down.
You guys are-
What?
All right, I rolled
19
7.
plus 5.
Seriously? Oh my gosh.
You will
19, my dexterity is 5.
My initiative is 12.
Whoa. Come on, guys.
I'm not the best dexterity. Is that how you, what is
dexterity. Dexterity. I don't even know what yours is, Raylith. I'm just you're just
24.
first.
It's 24.
You're just first. It doesn't even matter.
Yours is-
Unless
You're the first.
unless one of my things rolls a natural 20, they literally cannot beat you.
Good.
Okay.
Rolls nat 20.
That's a 5.
Oh,
Okay.
Good.
Alright, I think you're good there, Jake.
I did roll a natural 20.
No. No.
Oh
No.
no!
No.
So before any of you get to go, so the thing is, natural 20s don't actually. This isn't a check. This is a speed. So it actually doesn't make it go first. It makes it tie with Raylith.
Okay.
I'm writing things down so I know in what order everyone's going.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So, Raylith, what is your dexterity bonus?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay, so you go first. It has a... Yeah, okay, never mind. So you still do go first. What would you like to do? You do see the people, they definitely are not guards of this place. They definitely are the people who've been throwing creatures in here.
Okay.
So you can let nature take its course and let the captive eat the captors, or you can shoot one of them, or shoot the drake.
I'll shoot the Drake again.
Okay. So roll a d20 and add 7. 9. Add 9. I forget. You're really good with a bow.
Oh. 3.
3 plus 9. That does not hit. So kneeling down, you pull your bow back again. You haven't moved since they're within your range, and you fire again. You're just a bit off. Just it like hits the ground within a couple feet of it. It does.
You should have gotten closer.
Yeah, come on, man.
You're
Well,
only
that
dodging
wouldn't
with
have mattered.
Died with a bow and you still missed. Come on, dude.
Good job.
We've got
You're
higher ex-
landing every other
We've
hit.
got high expectations of you, man. You just-
Yeah.
Okay,
Did
so
you literally actually get a low number with a dice for once?
Yeah, jeez.
so now it's the drake's turn.
Lacking.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't-
And Jacob's out of range of the Drake. The
Yeah.
Drake's gonna come
The
after
drake
one of
is
us.
going to eat and try and finish off the
Oh, okay, good.
the bandit
good.
it knocked down. Actually, wait.
We don't
One
even know
second.
it's the bandit yet, do we? We know it's-
You can guess because he
Okay.
the Air Crockett did Krayshaw didn't tell you that he had friends here, So you can
Yeah.
assume that anybody here is probably the
It's
people
probably
been
bad
doing
guys.
things.
Yeah.
1 second before he actually does it. Try and attack. Let me see. Okay. And the Drake's speed is what, 30 feet. Okay, so the Drake realizes, oh wait, um, I'm getting attacked. I'm going to go run away so I don't die.
Aw,
And he
dang
takes the
it.
dash action and runs like up the side of the side of the warehouse onto the top to where you cannot see him.
Okay.
Okay, so now it is Sarthis' turn.
Okay, 1 second. I'm looking at something. Okay, wait. Alright, can we still see the Drake? Is
No,
it
you
just too
cannot.
high for us to reach? Or, oh,
No,
dang
he,
it.
he moved he moved up and since the building is about
Okay.
I said like 40 feet tall, you can't
Yeah.
see up to like the flat roof, and the creature moved up onto the flat roof to
Okay,
hide.
I was going to use my abjure enemy to make him stop moving, but whatever. I don't quite know how all this stuff works anyway, so never mind. Okay, so let's go to the two bandits and see if they're going to attack us or thank us, or see if we can get some information out of it since we did just save their lives. So I'm just gonna waltz up to them and pull out my spear. Is that something I can do?
You can pull out your spear. Would you like to have your weapon in your other hand as well?
Yeah, could I have my spear and my hammer out?
Yes, you can.
All right, and then I'll
Your
just
warhammer
walk over
and your spear.
and see if I can interrogate them before the guy dies, because he kind of got bit like 20 times.
Okay. So you're just walking straight towards them.
Yep, I'm walking towards them, and I'm not going to attack them unless they make a move to attack me, because I want information. Information.
Okay. So walking towards them. Let me see.
They
Nope.
try and slap me in the face.
They do not keep their cool as they see a very large man walking towards them with a hammer and a spear after they just got attacked. So they're gonna try and one's gonna try and shoot you. The other one is going to run away.
Oh,
So
boy.
let me see.
Okay.
Actually, wait.
I'm trying to
It
see
is
what stuff
it
I
is
can do.
Nidullin's turn. They do not. Their action is not current.
Alright, so the one trying to run away, am I in range of him?
You are within. You're within 120 feet, so you can move closer. You'll get within 90 feet of them.
Alright. I'll do that, and then try to take a shot at the guy running away to stop him.
What are you shooting him
a
with?
crossbow.
Crossbow? Okay, so you are 90 feet away, so it is at disadvantage.
Alright.
So just roll twice and take the lower number.
For the D20.
Yes.
I rolled a 19 and an 8.
8 plus 7.
8 plus 7, that'd be
So
15.
that is a 15. Let me check my stats. That still hits. Roll damage. Roll a 1d8 plus 5.
That'd be a 10.
A 10. He goes down. he was already wounded.
He goes
Unless you had rolled minimum damage, there was no way he could have survived. Yeah, so he turns to run and you shoot him in the back. And he just kind of face plants right on the ground.
Sick.
But there is another one, and he is going to try and shoot the very large person walking towards him threateningly.
Alex, why didn't you shoot the other guy?
Because the guy was getting away. I didn't want him to get away and then,
So
like, go
you're just
work.
So you're gonna let the guy shoot me instead of, and
Yes,
just
you're
kill the
me.
guy.
You can survive it.
I assume an
I
8 does
was
not
gonna
hit you,
stop.
Sarthis. Not with your armor class of 17.
See? I made
So
the
he
right
shoots.
choice.
So he fires the crossbow at you, and you kind of just raise your hammer, and it just like pings off your hammer to the side. He
I
rolled a
made the right
5.
choice.
He rolled really bad.
Oh.
You guys are really lucky because I rolled absolute crap. I don't know why I'm the I should make Raylift be the DM. Just kill everyone.
Yeah, totally.
We wouldn't even make it through the second playthrough, honestly.
Probably wouldn't. But he is going to now. He's going to start backing away around the corner. And since each of you took your action, we go back to the top of um the what's it called? The top of initiative, which would be Raylith. What are you doing? He is out of sight now around the corner.
Okay.
You do still hear the screeching noises that you heard earlier.
That annoying. Yeah. So I will move closer.
So you're gonna move your 35 feet.
So,
You're not gonna get in range to see him. You can take what is called the dash action, which uses your action and you move. You're gonna move 70 feet.
okay.
So you're gonna do that.
Yep.
Okay, so you basically start sprinting towards the side of the building. You're about 80 feet away now. So you blow past Nidrilum and Sarthis. You've just been casually walking towards it. So now it is... Okay, let me roll for this then. Okay. And okay. And oh boy, you hear a scream, and then the scream stops.
Oh no. What happened?
You don't know.
I'm gonna guess that the thing rolled on in and finished him off.
Okay.
That's at least my guess, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nidrilum, actually it's Sarthis' turn. Sarthis, what would you like to do?
Right now I'm trying to view all the magic powers that I have. Can you remind me what some of them are? Any of them like at range, or are all of them?
Your spells, you have Bane and you have Shield of
What are the
Faith.
ones that I have? Shield of
But
Faith,
most of yours have to do with you slapping someone with your hammer and
okay,
casting a
just
spell
making sure.
on your hammer.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. Yeah, all right. Okay, so right now, the one guy Alex killed. The other guy ran away and is presumably being eaten by a drake, and they're around the corner. Correct?
Yes. The
Okay.
one that you saw run around the corner, you assume was the one that screamed.
Just started screaming. Okay. Sounds like a
Well,
plan.
the scream started and then stopped pretty abruptly.
Okay. Okay. Then let's see. I am going to go charge around the corner.
Okay, so you're going to take your
and-
dash action.
Yep. Sure.
So you're going to move 60 feet. So you are now within 20 feet of the corner. You cannot see anything, but you
Okay.
are close. Next turn, you'll be able to walk around the corner.
Okay. And that's the only action I can do, correct?
Yes, you took your
Okay.
dash action.
Okay.
Nidrilum, what about you?
How far away am I from the corner?
I believe you are 90 feet. So if you take your dash action, you will move 60. You'll be able to walk around it next turn.
Alright, I'll do my dash and get 30 feet away.
Okay, so you are now within 30 feet of the wall. And looking at this, Raylith, it is your turn.
How close is Rail?
Yeah. How close am I?
You move 70 feet, so you are now 80 feet away. So if you dash again, you will be 10 feet away.
Okay. Yeah. I'll dash again. I'll do my dash.
Okay. So you are now within 10 feet of the wall.
Alright.
Your what is your passive perception? Okay. You do, being a keen trained ranger, you do hear munching noises on the other side of the wall.
Oh boy.
What you assume to be the rock drake or something else eating the guy who ran around.
Something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so whose
And
turn is it
then it is unknown creature's turn. Okay. Okay.
Watch
And-
out.
okay,
Jake's
that's
gonna
good.
be closest. Hopefully it doesn't start punching on you.
You guys don't see anything. Sarthis, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to charge around the corner in front of Rayla since he
Okay, so
just has bows.
you're
He
moving.
uses a close range.
You're moving, correct? You're not taking the dash action.
Alright. Can I? No, I'm just going to move around the corner,
Okay.
and that means I can still fight, correct?
Yes, you still have your action. So as you turn
So
around the corner,
I'm going
you
to
do.
move
It is
around.
not
Okay.
the
Drake.
the Drake. It is instead a very very large spider.
Oh.
Oh boy,
Oh no, I'm
spiders.
scared now. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Give me a second. I'm deciding what I need to do. So I've got Bane and I've got Shield of Fate, the two thingies I have
Uh,
right
the,
now, correct?
those were range. You
Or do I
actually
have both?
have this thing called Searing Smite,
Try and
which when you hit
Searing Smite.
something, it
Okay.
does
Oh
fire
yes,
damage.
that makes my. All right. I'm gonna take my. Let's see. Go to equipment. Wait, no. Spear. That's range 20. How far away is the spider? Specifically?
The
Is he like
spider,
directly around the corner? Am I standing in front of it, or is it like a few
he
feet away?
moved. You're within 10 feet of him.
10 feet, so I can't use my wire. All right, I'll use my searing smite on my spear. And my spear is now on like crazy fire, and I just stab it.
Okay,
That's
so
how it works. Right?
so roll to hit. I will give a description as you shoot, as you throw your
All right,
spear.
so rolling my d20,
D20 plus
and
7.
it got a 17. Finally, a
Okay,
good
so
roll.
you hit.
Ooh.
So roll a
Yes.
D6 plus 5, and then another D6. D6 are the normal looking dice.
Okay, so
The cubes.
the normal looking. Okay, all right, ready? I'm rolling this, and I got a 3.
3 plus 5, that's an 8. Now roll it again. This is your spell damage.
Okay. All right, I got a 5. So how
5.
much damage did I do?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was an 8 and a 5, so that's a... I'm blanking here for a minute. That's an 11? No, that's not 11.
Is that 13?
That's a 13, thank you.
Yep.
Math.
All
I can do quick math. So you throw
Good
your
math.
spear. Let me roll.
Yep.
Chance?
Wait, is throwing the range or is just stabbing the range?
It throwing.
Oh, okay.
It is you can stab with it, but it is a throwing weapon.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've got. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that. I
You
thought
do
it was
have
just-
another spear, but you
Alright, I got
throw
another
the
spear.
spear, and since it does 11 damage, let me check here. You stabs right into the spider, like right
Oh.
between the main cluster of eyes. Um,
Oh.
Raelith and Nigel, you are close enough to see Sarthas's arm like appear around the corner with this spear, and all of a sudden the front end of the spear just starts glowing, and just this light smoke starts coming off of the tip of the spear, and you can see where his hand is holding the spear. It starts smoldering a little bit, and you see his arm whip forward, and then you hear this as the spider curls up and dies.
Sick. How much health did the spider have to begin with? Just out of curiosity.
It was an okay amount of health. You just with your spell damage, you rolled fairly high.
Okay. So, how often? Just quick question. How often do I get to use Searing Smite? Is that like
Okay,
once each
so
attack
if you
rest,
look
or-
at your spells,
Yep.
you'll see it says first level, and you'll see slots on the right side. Every time you use one of these spells, you have to mark a slot.
All right, I've marked my first slot, and I get my slots back after I
A
go to
long
sleep,
rest
right?
after you take a sleep.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, after I take a sleep.
after you
Alright,
take a
guys.
sleep.
I'm gonna go take a quick sleep right now and get my slot back. I'll be back in
that
8
takes 8
hours.
hours. Yes.
I'm just gonna sit here on the ground.
It takes 8 hours.
I'm just gonna sleep next to this dead spider for 8 hours, guys. I'll be back.
Okay,
If I actually
so
did that.
Nidrilum, it is your turn. You can,
Okay.
with a normal walking speed, you can move around the corner of the warehouse.
Okay,
if you would
good,
like.
guys.
Alright. I guess I'll do that. And can I take a perception roll to see what else is around the corner?
You can indeed roll perception.
I'll do that.
+1.
6. Oh, plus
That's
1.
my-
That's a 7.
That's my perception without even rolling. I have a +7 perception.
Yep.
But you are a
Alright.
ranger. That is your build. You walk around the corner. You don't see anything. Yeah, it looks like a blank wall. You don't see anything.
Nice.
Nice. You're very perceptive, my dude.
Like, I'm just blind in
wall.
this.
You
You just,
somehow
hit the
missed the
wall.
2 gates that are on this side of the wall,
You
like
missed-
the ones that are on the front.
You just missed the huge gates. You're like, oh, it's just a wall.
I'm just blind. I need glasses.
You need to make some magical glasses or something that increase your
Yeah,
perception.
can I just buy some perception glasses and to be able to see better?
There are actually goggles that give you bonus on perception.
Yes.
Okay, we need to get those.
Get some goggles.
Isaac, make the spider drop 8 pairs, or no, 4 pairs of goggles, one for each set of eyes. So we can all get some perception.
Or 8 monocles.
Right now, I just want 8 monocles just to fall down in front of us.
Okay, so looking, sorry, this you see the
I can see the gate.
the person,
Okay.
that the spider bit.
Oh. Ooh.
He doesn't seem to be dead.
Okay.
Make a medicine check. So roll and then add 5.
How do I do that?
Roll a d20 and then add 5.
Roll my normal
It is one of your skills.
Yeah, D20.
Okay. I
Roll
also
a
have
medicine
the
check.
heal on hands or whatever that is, so I could theoretically heal this guy if I wanted. All right.
Yeah,
I got
he's a
13.
bandit. You
Yeah.
you rolled a 13?
Yep.
Okay, 13
13.
plus 5 is an 18. So looking at him, you do realize the spider probably poisoned him and he's now paralyzed.
Oh.
Oh,
snap.
nice.
All right.
So yeah, he's kind of just stuck there for a little while.
All right. Should we try and get information out of why people are stuffing monsters into a random supply house? Could we do that, or can you not even move his eyes or anything?
Well, he's paralyzed and unconscious. So
Oh, okay.
so that's up to you.
Well, I don't want to just kill him while he's laying on the ground. That's not very noble. All right. I don't know.
But
what
you are chaotic good, so it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
your
no,
ideals.
I kind of hold myself to half decent ideals.
Yeah, his ideals are. Where are your notes about?
Ideals: live and let live. Ideals are
Yeah.
killing
No,
others.
I'm trying to figure out where your
That's
oath
neutral.
tenets are.
I've got
and I don't
bonds.
remember.
Are they called bonds? Is that what they're called?
No, those are personality traits.
Features in
Tenant tattoos. That's what it is. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I'll figure what it is. No, but you guys can decide what you're gonna do. Because
Okay.
since it appears that nothing else is around, you can just it is no longer. Excuse me. It is no longer
There's no longer any
That's
damage.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're out of initiative order, so you guys can do whatever.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna walk around the corner of the building.
Okay, so you walk around the corner and you see Sartha standing over a body, you assume, and a spider corpse.
Get good. All right. What are you gonna do, and Alex? What's your name again? I keep forgetting. It starts with
Nidrillum.
N.
Nidrillum.
I was
Just
thinking
call him Nid.
Nidori, and I'm like, that's like a Pokemon.
I'll just walk and get with the rest of with our.
You want to go with the squad?
The gang.
Okay, so
Well,
you guys are all
sorry.
standing there. Rayla, since you do have a very high passive perception, you do notice that there is a smaller door on this side of the warehouse.
Okay.
How did I not notice the door? Jeez.
Well, you were around
You
the
rolled a
corner.
7.
I know I rolled a 7.
No, he was on the same side as you guys are now.
Alright,
He just rolled crap.
Jacob, how about you tell me where the door is, and I take my hammer and I smash it.
Or you could just try and open it.
But smashing would be more fun.
Can I
I wanna-
stealth through the door?
You
No.
can indeed stealth through the door. So roll
Wait, how do you
dexterity.
stealth through a door?
I
How does
have-
that
Yeah,
work?
he can stealth through the door.
How
Sarth.
does it-
It's not.
How does that
You're not moving through the door. You're opening the door and stealthing into the room. Is basically
know
what it
what?
is.
Okay, but is the door open for us still, or did he close the door behind him?
That's you guys can open the door. It doesn't take
Maybe-
much.
Maybe I don't want you guys coming with me. I got an 8, so then plus 7 would be
So that's still a 15,
yeah 15.
which is probably better than Sarthas can do, with a
Yeah,
+2.
well,
I have very bad stealth, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not quite
you're
meant
also
to.
wearing.
Your weapon is hammer. So
I'm kind of made to be glowing knight of.
You're wearing chainmail
Good
and you have
stuff.
disadvantage on stealth. So
Oh, oh. So
yeah.
I
So you
actually
roll
can
twice
do
and
it.
take the lower number, and then add 2.
All right. Well.
So are you
I'm
guys
even
going to stealth in?
Try stealth. I'm not even gonna try stealth again. I'm gonna take my hammer, do the classic Thor move where he grabs like the little the little rope thing attached to the handle. I'm gonna spin it around. I'm gonna break through the gate just because I like being
Break through.
dramatic.
So you're gonna break through the door that Wraith just opened and walked through.
Yeah, that's how I want to.
So Wraith, I
That's
assume you
subtle,
moved
dude.
your full movement.
My intelligence is a 2.
Wraith, did you move your full movement into the room?
Rayla?
I
You do
will.
not remember something that happened 10 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't 10 minutes ago.
It was.
I will
not 10 minutes ago.
go to the side of the door, so I will sneak in and then stealth.
Are you moving your full movement into the room? I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out whether you're going to be near the door when Sarthis breaks through.
Yes, I did move.
Okay. So you will not be in immediate danger of being instantly noticed via Sarthis.
Good.
Your stealth roll will not be instantly destroyed by Sarthis' breaking through the door. So Sarthis, roll a strength check.
Sorry.
Roll a strength. Roll a d20 plus 5.
Okay, alright, I've got a 15 plus 5 is 20.
That door stood no chance. What is left of the door is now splinters across the floor.
Why is it that I get a 20 when I'm smacking a door? That I can't get a
I really
20
hope the Drake
fighting a
just jumps
monster?
you now.
So are both of you going inside? Nidrilum, Sarthis, are you going inside as well?
Yes. I swear, if the Drake
Yes,
noticed
I'm
doesn't
gonna walk
because of,
inside the door.
because of your hammer, I swear. Yes, I'm walking in.
Okay,
Alright, you know what?
just to remind you, the Drake is on top of the roof, you are going inside the building. Though to be fair, there is a hole in the roof.
Except the door is kind of
Well,
broken.
And
Oh.
there's also a hole in the
You
roof.
could have told us that sooner.
Really?
You didn't notice, you couldn't see the top of the roof till
I'm
you walked
sorry.
inside.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
Okay,
You sure you couldn't just use Jacob's 30 perception just to see
he
over
he
the
hasn't rolled a
through the
perception check though.
Yeah. I haven't rolled.
Plus, how would you guys know what his perception was?
I don't know. We could check.
Well, I've got my perception. I use my perception to percept how much perception
Perceive.
Jacob has.
Oh.
Yeah,
my
I have an
goodness.
excuse. I'm like blind. So.
Okay, so
I've got 5. It's not
who
7.
would like to roll a perception check for the inside of the room? If
I
Raylith rolls it,
Jacob.
if Raylith rolls it, Sarthis, you and Nidrilum will not know what he sees because he is stealthing
Well,
farther
Well-
away.
Wait, so we won't be able to hear what he says? Okay.
He
like-
won't say anything because he is stealthing. He's being a sneaky boy.
I'm being a sneaky.
Okay, can me and Alex's powers combine to make an almost half decent perception check thingy? Can we just
You-
both use our
Yes.
eyes?
You have a +5. It's not that bad.
No, it's not. You're only 2 under me.
I have a +1. What do I have? I think I have a +1. Yeah,
You
plus
do
one,
have a
I'm blind.
+1. No.
So it's not that-
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is
I'm
not a
just
moment
blind.
where you can combine rolls, but you can roll
Oh.
and just add your
Alright,
perception.
here. Alright, wait one second.
didn't-
I'm looking. I have a bunch of powers over
we both
light,
rolling
so
perception?
should I just like
I didn't
light
get-
up?
I didn't get a
is the
good-
room dark?
No, because there's a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't get
Oh,
a good.
so
I got a
it's already-
4.
okay.
So that's
4
funny,
plus
you rolled
7.
my
Powers,
power.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's
Oh,
11.
You can cast light on your warhammer if you decide to.
That's
Okay,
11,
but that would
so.
use up my action. And Jacob's still
Um,
trying to be stealthy. I'll,
yeah.
I'll stop. I'll start trying to help.
Well,
just
I
wanna
mean, it's
see
not
stuff
like
with my
you
powers.
didn't already
Yeah, thanks,
break
trying to
through
be
a
stealthy.
door.
Yeah.
Okay, listen,
Yeah, it is like
I'm
there's
still
a door
learning-
that's been shattered.
Yeah, so basically you're just
You
kind of
shut.
drawing all attention to yourself.
Yeah. That's gonna be sneaky.
Which is kind of helping Raylith, because now everything's focused on you,
Yeah,
not
see,
him.
that's prob- Yeah, alright, so you know what? I will light my hammer on with like a billion lights and stuff. How do I do that? That's under-
It's
is that
it's
under
it's just a
actions or
cantrip. It's just a cantrip. Something you are holding,
What does
you
that mean?
create a it's basically a spell that you can cast as much as you want.
stuff? Any turn?
Yeah,
Alright, well, I'm gonna
so
make my
you see
hammer
Sarthis
glow like
spin his
crazy.
hammer a little bit, and it starts
Ye-
glowing.
That's pretty sick.
So Wraith, what did you roll for your
got-
perception?
I got a 4, so plus 7 would be 11.
Yeah, so you notice the giant hole in the roof.
7-Eleven.
There's some spider webs
nice.
around the room, but I mean, other than that, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I'm starting to worry. Is there like a spider web like right in front of us that we can't see or something? Because our perception is not the best at the moment. I'm
Well,
afraid
you
of
haven't
that.
rolled perception.
Yeah,
You
I
may
was
roll
thinking-
perception now if you want to see something.
Okay.
You two are just.
All right, one sec. I'm seeing. Okay, one sec. I'm looking. Detect magic. What does that do? For the duration, you sense the presence of magic. Spiders aren't magic, so that wouldn't work. Never mind.
That is
Alright,
more
you are
for if you
focused.
want to find magical items in a room.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Would there be like? Could I just search
Like a
now and
magic
see if
magic.
there's like a magical
Um,
perception goggle on the floor or something?
I
Is
mean,
that how
you
that works?
could.
What?
You want those perception goggles, don't you?
You could do that and
Yeah,
just
right.
wander around the probably still infested warehouse.
You know what?
Not
Never
paying
mind.
attention to
I'm
anything
good.
except
Okay.
magical things.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let me see. What else? The creature within this room. All right, I can't see anything. All right. Shield of phase. A shimmering shield of phase.
None of your spells have anything to do with figuring things out.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna go yell and get all the enemy's attention on me, and I'm just gonna go start looking around and hope that Jacob can stealth around until he finds the secret spider nest of spider-ness.
I mean, you've pretty
Right,
already much done
so I
that
can
with
do-
the kicking through a door and lighting a
Okay.
hammer.
All right. Okay.
You're a pretty bright spectacle. You are in a warehouse. There are big shelving units with boxes and materials on them. And there
Alright,
are
I'm
like
just gonna go-
aisles.
All right. Can I climb up one of the shelving units and look from above?
Yeah, that is gonna be an athletics check. So
Oh,
roll a
that's not-
d20.
Okay, so that's all right.
You are proficient in athletics. It is a plus
I
7.
got a 6. A 6
6 plus 7
7
is a
athletics,
13.
So that's a total of 13.
I mean,
Yep.
it's a shelf.
Okay, right.
It's a shelf. It's not really that hard to climb up. It's not like you're trying
Oh,
to
I thought it
scale a
was, like,
cliff
two
face.
boxes stacked on top of each other.
No, it
Okay.
is like these
thought
big
it was
old
big.
shelving. If you go to Lowe's, it's like those shelving units. It's
Okay,
it's
alright.
pretty big.
Okay.
So it's not that really that hard to climb up. So you do get to the top.
Okay.
And you can
Yep.
make a perception check if you would like to look around.
Sure, let's do it. All right, so rolling. So I get 17. 17 plus 5. That is a 23.
Ooh.
That's like my first.
Nice.
No, 22. 22. Not
Hey.
So looking
Oh,
around,
I did something.
Nidrlin, are you doing anything during this time?
I don't know. Probably. What is there?
Yawning.
What is there around me?
What do you do?
There are
Actually,
boxes,
uh,
boxes and some
boxes.
spider webs.
Boxes.
Maybe
and
you should like try
Um,
opening up a box and see if there's something in it. Maybe you'll find some perception goggles.
yeah, I'm gonna open up a box.
Okay. Okay.
So you're
Open the
unpacking
box.
for them basically while Sauce
I
is
will roll-
unpacking for them.
You know what? Fine. No, I'll do
Just
something
open-
useful. I'm gonna go investigate the spider webs.
Oh, come on, open up the box, dude.
Okay, so you walk over to.
I'll open up a box at the end. Okay.
Okay, as long as we get to open up a box.
So you walk over to a couple of the spider webs and roll an investigation check.
All right.
What is that? Oh, that's,
It's a skill.
8. I got a 10. Well, I
A
rolled
10.
an 8. So
You rolled an 8 plus your 2. That's a 10. Big spider webs. Made by big spiders. Not really much to tell. It's a spider.
Specific.
It's a very big spider web.
That's yeah, very big.
should open the box.
Open the box. There is like it's probably like it's like a crate of like family photos and stuff.
Oh, dang it.
Not really
Alright.
Okay, so
much
Let's
in
just
there.
go check.
Alright.
Okay, but start this. Actually, Rayleigh,
Alright.
what are
Can I
you
use
what
my-
what have you been doing while these people have been messing around?
I've been.
Ouch.
I assume you're still sneaking.
Kind of have been.
Yes, I am.
Um,
I will probably climb a shelf, still sneaking, and do a perception check.
Okay, so roll an acrobatics and
But I've
then
already
a
done
perception.
that.
Yes, but
Yes,
you
but
are
you
a
can
very
see.
glowy person.
So
Well,
8
no,
plus
it's just
7,
you guys have had turns before I tell Sarthas what he sees.
15.
15 for an acrobatics?
So yeah, I got 8 plus 7. So that's
Okay,
15.
so you make it up. You're still being quiet, thankfully. Now roll a perception check to see what you see.
Well, you know what? 2.
So that's a 9. You don't really see.
Aw.
There are spider webs and a hole in the ceiling, and your friend is making a lot of noise and glowing.
Basically, we already know it's like the last
Um,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Sarthas, because you did roll a
Right, so what
22,
do I see?
You see a lot of the webs like moving slightly.
Wait, so you're saying I actually see more than Jacob?
Yes, you do, because you rolled a lot higher than him.
Wow. Yeah,
You
take that, Jake.
But
take
I'm also
that.
sneaky, so he won't attack me. If something's out there, he won't attack me.
so looking around, you see some of the spider webs are moving in 3 or 4 different places.
Oh.
Um,
Probably spiders on those spider webs.
yeah, looking around, checking that, and you're like, oh wait, spiders climb things. So you look above you and you see one like dropping down on top of you.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So I'm gonna roll an attack.
Oh boy. Okay.
He does not get advantage because you
Oh.
did notice him in time, and that fell off my desk.
Okay.
14 plus
Ooh.
plus a 3.
Oh no. Oh no.
So that's
Oh,
a
no.
s-
Oh no.
that is a 17. That
Getting
still hits.
whooped.
That still hits.
Oh.
Wait.
Because you have a 17 armor
Wait,
class.
what's my armor? Isn't that like...
It is a 17.
Oh, dang it.
So if a creature meets
What's
or
today?
exceeds your armor class, it hits you. So what is this? What is the
Okay,
damage for
alright.
this roll? Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do I just use my D20
Roll a
Whatever that
d20 and add your
basic one
Constitution.
that I've been using?
Yes.
D20,
Alright, rolling. I got a 12.
A 12.
I mean, if a spider's
okay.
in my face, I feel like I would not have the best constitution ever.
Oh no, Constitution is how
Damage,
hardy
yeah.
you are. It's your health. So your
Oh,
Constitution
okay,
is
I
you have
thought
a
that was-
plus 5 Constitution saving throw. So you rolled a what?
Okay.
What did you roll?
12.
12. So that's a 17. Okay, so you succeed. You are not poisoned. But you do
Okay,
take
I'm
6
also-
damage.
Oh, no, I'm
16.
Oh.
So
how do I change that?
okay, so you see your hit points.
Yeah, do I just...
you
so
can- you
now
put
I have
7.
31, right?
No, you have 30.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I messed up. Okay,
Boy.
so...
Okay, so look at your hit points really quick. There is the heal and damage to the left of it. If you put 7
Okay.
in the bar in the middle, and then hit damage, it'll take away 7 hit points from you.
So he only has
Alright,
13.
okay.
He has
Oh,
37.
sorry,
Oh.
I messed that. Okay, so I have 37, so I take 7 damage. So I'm now at 30.
So you're now at 30. Yes.
Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Alright, so
Is
now can I, like,
he-
punch it back? Or am I just
Um,
sitting there as it's gnawing on my foot?
Now
Is he still on the shelf, or is
he is still on the shelf, but now we have to roll initiative again because it is now beginning combat.
So everyone roll a
Okay.
D20.
Nidorum, roll a perception check before you roll anything else, please. Did Nidorum disappear, or what happened?
Oh, sorry. What am I rolling? I thought I was wrong something else.
Perception check.
I mean, I just got perception. 15 plus 1. That's 16.
Okay, so you do notice the
that's not
spider
too bad.
before it bites you.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh, snap.
You were
There's
making a
no
lot of
spiders.
noise and they were sneaking up on you. But I assume a 6 is not going to beat your armor class. Your armor class is 18, so no, it does not. Okay, so now everybody roll a d20 and then add your initiative bonus. For everyone but Sarthas, it's a plus 5.
Alright, so what is mine?
You're plus 2. It's your dexterity bonus.
Well, I'm 21,
Why am I
so
21.
11, I've got 13.
So
So 13 in total.
Okay.
I'm 6.
I got 11 plus 2,
So
so 6.
you rolled a 1.
I rolled a natural 1. Yes.
Oh boy. Nidrilum, what are
Oh
you?
no.
I'm still sneaking.
Nidrilum, you're a
plus 5 for me.
22, did you say?
I rolled 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got.
And
yeah,
Sarthis,
21.
you have a what?
I have a 13 in total. After I add in
Wow,
my-
that's the same as you got last time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And let me roll for the spiders.
Have
Spiders
we
rolled a
already
natural 20.
Oh no.
I'm not even joking. Okay, so that's
Only
their
are they
dexterity. So, spiders go first.
Oh my goodness.
Just barely though. Let me roll. Oh. Okay, so spiders are going first. You see two more crawl up over the boxes towards you, Sarthis, and one more crawls down the wall towards you, Nidrilum. So that's going to be
Got it.
3 attacks towards Sarthis.
Oh.
15
You have 18
plus
left, you can
3,
handle it.
that beats your armor class with an 18.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Dang it.
So that's 1 attack. Other attack does not hit.
Okay,
That
hold
is
on
a
a second.
16.
Okay.
And that's a 5.
So much
So you take a single attack. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
does. All right.
And take
Constitution saving
3
throw
damage.
Is 3.
Oh, you rolled a
rolled a 3 for my
3 plus 5. That's an 8. So you are poisoned. Okay, so you rolled 2.
Oh. Okay. So.
Okay, so
how much
you
damage did I
take 9
Oh.
9 damage in total.
Oh boy.
Not too
21
bad.
health.
And
then.
you
Yeah,
are
Still
now
getting rapid out of him.
poisoned.
I am now poisoned.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second.
Okay.
So,
Nidrilum, they're
can
rolling
I-
against you now. It's 2 attacks against Nidrilum. That's a 6.
Huh.
And that's an 8. Never mind. Nope. They are not attacking you. They're trying to bite at
yeah.
you, but you're just kind of like squirming backwards. Okay.
Am I able to use a skill and then spells?
No.
no.
The skill takes an action unless it specifically says bonus action. What skill would you be using?
I was thinking about stealthing towards Sothis.
You're still stealthed. You haven't done
Okay.
anything to move out of stealth yet.
So I'll move.
It's not your turn. It's not your turn.
Oh, okay.
It's the spiders, the Nidrilum, Sarthis, and then you.
Okay.
It's
So
Nidrilum's.
spiders. Oh, okay.
Spiders just finished. Nidrilum, your turn. What are you gonna do? You have daggers. You do have a couple of spells. You have.
Yeah, how close am I?
They are
Yeah.
within melee. They are 5 feet in front of you. You do have
Oh, wow.
cantrips, which are things you can do constantly.
Let me see what I've got there. Nothing that would do a lot of damage.
Well, because I mean they're cantrips. They're things you cast constantly.
Yeah.
But-
Hey, quick question, Isaac.
Yeah.
No, wait.
What's the question?
I'm going to cast. Oh, sorry.
No.
Cast.
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
Okay, so mark off your last 2nd level spell slot.
And then I guess I'll go in for a melee.
Yeah, you weave together threads of shadow to create a source of solidified gloom in your hand. So you see as Nidrilum extends his hand to the side. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. So he sends his right hand down to the side, and the shadow from beneath the spider jumps to his hand and then turns into this just solid black sword. And so make a melee attack. You have I believe it is. What is your melee attack bonus? It is a +7 since you are proficient with it.
Alright. So I roll a d20 for that?
Roll a d20, add 7.
Or what do I roll?
A d20 and add 7.
16 in total, not
16 in total.
9.
Okay, so you hit. So roll 2d8.
Alright. With the 4
Rolled a 4. And
and a 5.
okay, so that's 9 damage. So you plunge the sword into like the front area of the spider, and it like pulls back, and it's hurting.
Terrifying.
That was a bad hit for it. That really hurt it. Strathis, what was your
Okay.
question?
I was going to wait 1 second. Where was it? I've got the power. So let me find it.
Is it an ability or a spell?
I believe it is a.
Because you have Channel Divinity. What is the name of the thing, or do you not remember
One
that?
second. I had it and now I'm trying to find it again. Give me like 10 seconds. So it's here.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Okay, wait.
whose
Okay,
turn is
it's right here. So features: lay on hands. You have a pool of healing power that can restore up to 15 health
Yes.
points per long rest. Could I use, or
Yes.
I could use 5 health points to cure a disease or
Neutralize a poison.
Could I do that to my?
You can.
And would that take up my turn? All right. And would that take up my turn?
Lay on hands as an action. Yeah, so you would not be able to attack.
Okay. And how much poison damage are I taking per turn?
You're not taking any poison damage currently. This poison.
Oh.
You saw the guy outside, and you didn't make your medicine check. This poison is more of a once you fall unconscious, it paralyzes you. But
okay, but I'm safe for now.
You're safe for now, so you can heal
Okay,
yourself if you want, but you're
Alright, I'm fine.
you're not in too much danger currently.
Okay, so then I'm going to go take my warhammer and attack somebody.
Okay,
Who should I
there are
do?
3
How many
spiders in
warhammers
front of you.
do I-
There are 3
Okay,
spiders in
and
front of
my
you.
warhammer can only hit one. I can't just swing around and hit five, right?
You do have, I believe, as an action. Okay, so you do not have it. You don't have multiple weapon fighting. No, you can only make 1 attack. Yes.
Okay. How is
Actually,
like,
wait.
how
Here it is.
dangerous the
When you take the
situation
attack
in that,
action and
would you say?
attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon you're holding in the other. My question is, what are your... Okay, so your warhammer is not a light weapon.
Yeah.
But your short sword is.
Okay.
You do not
What
have it
about my
out.
spear? Is that allowed
Your
heavy?
spear is simple thrown,
okay.
first out, range. No, it is not. So you can only make a single attack. However, you can
Okay, I'll just use my.
you can smite them again. Cast smite on your thing again and hit it again. Or you cannot, and you may just kill it with a hit. One thing to note about your
Okay.
warhammer: if you use 2 hands, it does a D10 instead of a D8.
Alright, well, I'll go and use two-handed since I'm not even holding anything else at the moment anyway. Right?
Okay. You did retrieve your spear from the other spider,
so the
but
D10
you're not holding it currently. So roll
sick. Okay.
roll
Alright.
to hit. Roll a D20, add 7.
Alright, which one is that?
Roll D20.
D20.
Right, rolling D20. Alright, 7 plus, you said add 7 to that, so
So that's a
14.
14. Let me check if that hits. Yes, that just barely hits. So you get to roll damage. 1d10 plus 5.
Nice. And the D10 is which one
The
again?
D10 is the one that has a 0 on it.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, so rolling that, and how many times do I roll it?
Just once. Just once and add 5.
I got a 0 plus 5.
That's a 15. The 0 is the 10.
Wait, what?
Yes. No die has a
Yay.
0 on it. They only have 10s.
Oh,
1 is the
okay.
lowest number you can get. So yeah, the spider that bit you, you look at it, swing your warhammer, grab it in 2 hands, and slam down on it. You hear this sizzling as the worm that's glowing hits like the top of the spider, and you just crush it. It is dead.
Nice.
So now there are 4 spiders.
Sick. All right.
So Raylith, now it is your turn.
Could somebody maybe help me out here?
I will
Rhea, could you maybe
use
help?
my longbow and
So okay,
shoot one of the spiders that Sothis is attacking.
okay.
Well,
So
that's being
roll,
attacked.
add 9.
Alright, well, I've got some bad news. I've kind of got to go.
Okay.
What should we do?
Roll. Just roll 2 attacks.
For me?
Yeah, just roll 2 attacks.
What do I roll? What dice?
Just roll 2 d20s.
I got a 6 and an 18.
Jeez.
Nice.
Your 6 is +7. So that's 13. So that's they both hit. So roll 4d8.
Alright. 3,
3,
5,
8.
2,
Okay.
and 3.
Okay. So you finish off one of the spiders and deal damage to another. Your friends will be able to help you with that one.
Alright.
But yeah,
Sorry, I gotta go.
it's okay.
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
I guess
That's fine, mate.
continue tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's our
Thank you
Alright,
for the.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Sounds like
No problem. No problem.
Sounds like lots of fun so far.
Yeah.
I'm completely free tomorrow, so I can keep going.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can go until 2 tomorrow.
See ya.
Adios.
All the time.
Adios.
Bye, Ox.
Okay. So
so
I
we gotta
I
wait
basically
till
gave
the
him
turn.
2 turns in a row just because he is going to be leaving.
Okay.
My
Alright,
roll.
so we have a little.
So what is your roll? What'd you roll?
Natural 20. So 29.
So roll a d8.
Oh, I love it. D8.
I think you might hit that, believe it or not.
5.
5 plus 5, that's a 10. That's a 20 in total. You shoot the spider gets pinned to the wall and dies.
Okay.
Could it go like through 3 other spiders and just the correct face, or is that?
No,
not
he does
something
not
that
have.
can make
There
it do?
there are actually traits for that, and he does not have that trait. So
Good
yeah,
job,
it's the
Jacob.
spiders. So
Hey,
there
at
is
least I
one
can-
spider
Right,
going to
right.
attack you, and
least
2
I can
spiders
roll.
going to attack Nidrolum.
Okay, so I
That's
got
a 3 on you.
I'll make finish off my.
That's a 3 on you. No, the
Who,
spider
me?
does not hit. Nope, that does not hit Nidrolum.
Sick.
And wait. He has. Oh, nope, does not hit Nidrolum again. So the spiders are just attacking him. He does Nidrolum because his turn is next, and that's why I had him roll ahead. He does stab right through one of the spiders, just plunges the blade right through the top of the head,
Ow.
Oh, sick.
and the other one is relatively damaged. So Sarthas, it is now your
Okay.
turn. Your toin. And there is a spider in front of you,
My
undamaged.
toin.
So I assume you're going to
Okay.
hit it.
I shall attack that with my hammer.
Okay, so roll
With
d20, add
2
7.
hands. All right. D20 has been rolled. It is a 14 plus 7.
So you hit.
Is a 21.
You hit. Okay, so
Alright,
roll a
and then I
d8,
roll
add 5.
the
A
same one
d10.
again, or
A d10. I'm sorry.
D10. So that's the one I rolled last time.
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. I got a 4.
4 plus 5, that's a 9.
So 4 plus.
So you
5?
slam down onto it.
Okay.
It's hurting, but it's not dead yet. Raylith, your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the ones that fighting Alex. I don't know who's.
Nidrolum,
thank you.
just to let you know, his next
Nidrolum?
action will kill the spider.
Okay.
Because he did already hit that one once.
Okay, so. I
But
will
there is
do
the one in front of Sarthas, if you
yeah,
want to take care of it.
I'll take the one in front of Sothis.
Okay. So roll.
Why, thank you.
Roll a
Oh, that's off the
d20.
table. 16.
Okay, that hits. Anything above a 13 hits. So that's their armor class is 13.
I have plus
Okay.
I just made a bunch of them. So it was a little bit of a challenge. So roll a d8 plus 5.
Oh, D8.
Actually, no, wait, it doesn't matter. Your basic damage will kill it. And then the spider.
Oh well, anyways, I rolled a 8. D8. I rolled an 8. So.
Jeez. Yeah, you pin it to the floor. Well, to the shelving. This one spider will get an attack on Nidrilum. That does not hit though, and then Nidrilum stabs it again, and it dies. So Nidrilum has,
Nice. I'm the only one who took damage from the entire fight.
and
Yeah,
you only
that's
took a
correct.
single bite of damage.
But still, that did 21. That did from 37 to 21. That's a decent amount of damage.
37 to 30, not 21. Why'd you go down to 21? Oh wait, did you take?
What? Why do I have 21?
I
No,
don't.
he
Did
took-
I had
he
poison
took,
stuff. Did the
He took
poison
7
do it?
damage.
You
Didn't
you
he?
took
Did
7.
I take 2?
He either took 9 or 7.
Here, I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Hit points fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, hit points fixed. Okay. I was concerned when you said 21 because I even remember hitting you with a spider attack and not multiple. So you have killed the spiders. What are you doing now?
Yeah. Now, can I heal myself a bit? Since actually, wait,
You
one second, I'm
can.
seeing my health points. I'm refreshing the page.
You have.
How much
You're
health do I
missing
have?
7.
Oh, I'm 30 out of 37. Okay, I'm fine then. All right. How about I do that? So are there more spiders, or is that? Have we
No.
confirmed that?
As far as you can see, there. I mean, make a perception check actually, if you want to check.
All right. Okay. All right. So perception, 11 plus my 5.
That's a
is
16.
16.
You don't see anything. You do, however, hear the screeching that's been going on the entire time.
Okay. So there's something still here that's screeching.
There's something
It
still here
might
that
be
is
the
making
drake,
noise.
I was saying it might be the Drake, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah. Okay. Know what? I am going to. What should I do? How about I? How about I use my detect magic just because I want to try it for the lulz.
Okay.
See if
How many
any of these
spells?
monsters
You
contain
have
more
another
than
spell
just
left,
standard
so
creatures.
mark off a spell slot.
Yep, I just did.
Okay. And so you said you're gonna walk through and try and find magical items, correct?
Something useful. Just in the area that we are already in, that's already kind of clear of monsters trying to eat my face.
And your toes, apparently.
Okay.
And yes, it was also nibbling at my toes. It tickled.
At least you still have them.
Yeah, at least I still have my toes.
Okay,
That's a nice
so
thing.
you're walking
Yeah.
around. Make
Uh,
Raylith, what is your?
What is my what? Huh?
Okay. No, that's fine.
huh?
Looking through, spend. How long does the spell last? The spell lasts for 10 minutes, correct?
10 minutes, I believe.
Detect magic lasts 10
10
minutes.
minutes of detecting
It's a
magic.
30-foot
Yee.
sphere. Okay.
Alright.
You're going through, trying to find anything that blips as magical.
Mm-hmm.
So far nothing. You're getting back about to the 6-minute mark. You're getting closer to the screeching noises as you're just like wandering through the shelves.
Okay.
Um,
Alright. I don't want to get too close to that.
You do get a blip,
sick
though.
And,
you do get a blip.
Ooh.
You do feel that
Ooh,
the
yeah, where's the
inside a
blip?
box. It's just a box on the bottom of a shelf.
Alright. Can I
There's
open
something
up the
magical
box,
there.
or
So you open up the
okay.
box, look inside. There is what
Okay.
appears to be a safe.
A safe.
Yes.
Ah.
It's not like
Well,
a super heavy duty metal safe. It is like a stone constructed safe, and it is fairly large, so it could hold a couple of items. But you know that there is at least one thing magical inside of the safe.
Okay. Well, this is this all the stuff here? Is it the bird vans, or is this like a storage business where other people are playing their
The
stuff as
bird,
well?
the Kreisha owns the building, and people pay him to store their items and hire guards to keep people out of their items. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not gonna steal from some random dude.
Make an
I was gonna
intelligence
say
check.
the Croatia owns everything. Okay.
So roll a
I
d20,
got
add
an
2.
18.
That's a 20. You do
18, I got
realize
20.
that if you decide to, you can take items. Um, there were bandits here already. There are probably some items that have been taken before their little monster infestation went too far and they couldn't take more things. So if you realize the bandits might have some things on them, and if you decide to take something, it's a pretty believable story that whatever's missing, the bandits just stole.
No, I'm not gonna steal. I'm gonna
Okay.
be a nice, noble, good guy.
Okay, so you close the box and you shove it back in the underneath. Okay.
Yep.
So now, as far as you know, there's only whatever is screeching left in this building, and the
And
the
what it
sneaky
was.
Drake thingy.
Yeah, I was saying the Drake on top of the roof.
And the Drake that's sitting there probably dying. Yeah.
Probably.
He was very close to dying.
Who knows
So
who
what are
is
you guys
in
gonna do?
what.
Are you guys gonna wander
Um,
towards the screechy noise?
Let's wander towards the screechy.
Yeah.
Is
What is it?
I keep thinking of Nidorian. What is the name?
Nidrolin.
Nidrolin.
He is fine. I
Is he
will
playing with
play
us?
him. I will play him while Japsy
Okay.
is gone. Nidrolin is walking along with you guys.
Okay.
So you're gonna move. Are you going to sneak towards it, or are you just gonna move towards it?
I
I'm
will.
going
I
to-
will sneak towards it.
All right. So yeah, let's have Rayla sneak towards it, and I will try and sneak, but I won't get super close until.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Rayla
everyone
finds out
roll
just because.
a stealth check.
All right. I got a 2.
So that's a 4 for you.
I think
I
I
got a
fail
14.
at sneaking.
Okay, Nidrolin got a 19. You, Rith, what did you get? You get a 14?
Yep.
Okay, so Nidrolin is actually the sneakiest out of all of you. Rith and Nidrolin, you go up on like one of the shelves so that you're out of like normal line of sight.
Oh, by the way, is my hammer still glowing? Just out of
Yes.
curiosity.
Also, Sarthis, you do have disadvantage, so roll again.
Oh, okay. Why do I have disadvantage?
Because of your armor, you're wearing chainmail. It is loud and
Oh.
clingy, clingingly,
Alright, well now
clangily.
I got a 3. So I got a 2, and now I have a 3.
So you take the lowest, so you do take a 4.
Okay.
It was either a 4 or a 5. Really doesn't make much of a difference.
So anyways, I fail at sneak.
Yes, you do fail at sneaking.
Okay. I'm not a sneak.
Roll a perception check for me, Sarthis.
Alright. 8 plus my perception, which is 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got
Okay.
13.
So 13. Okay. Raylith, do you wish to roll a perception check, or do you
Yeah.
want to focus
I'll
on something
roll.
else? Okay. Roll a perception check then.
Actually, so I'm sneaking on a shelf right
You're
now.
sneaking on one of the shelves, and basically, picture it this way: Sarthis is like in an aisle. You're on the shelf to the right, and Nidrolin is on the shelf to the left.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll a perception. So I
Okay.
can help.
Roll a perception then.
Oh well, 2.
2. Okay, that's a 9 then. You don't see anything, Sarthis. You don't see anything. You're slowly, sneakily making your way towards the sound. And okay. Okay. So, Sarthis, you will take. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Oh, oh boy. That was
What?
a bit more damage than I was expecting.
Oh, what happened? Did I get bit by another spider?
You are going to take 17 damage
What in the world?
as the Drake that was sneaking along behind you guys that you didn't roll high enough to see jumps on top of you from behind and starts tearing into your back. So take 17 damage.
Why is that only me who's taking damage?
Because you
Why
are the
can't-
one who you you look hurt. You
I was
look
gonna
like the
say,
weakest,
also
and
the loud
it tried to take out the weakest one.
you're also the loud one, so.
You are also the loud one, yes, and
with
the
a
other two were
glowing
sneaking.
hammer. Okay.
So take 17.
I'm now at 13 damage. What happens if I die? Am I like dead before
What happens is you fall unconscious,
Okay, so at least I'm not
and
dead.
then
Well, remember,
one of your friends can heal you.
if you
Alright.
fall unconscious, the poison will take you.
No, the poison does not take
Right.
effect.
Oh.
It's been over a minute since it happened.
Oh.
Okay, so what? Okay,
So
roll a
can
quick.
I like fight back?
Well,
something?
roll what's it called? Roll initiative check.
Alright. I got a 7 plus whatever my initiative is normally, which is
Plus 2, so you have a 9.
alright. Where is my initiative? I don't see it.
It's right next to your armor class.
Ah, okay, I got you.
Um,
So 9
Raylith, what did you
initiative.
roll?
Oh, okay.
Because it is attacking
18.
your friend. 18.
Yep.
And then plus 5, or
Yep.
did you already add the 5?
No, I haven't. No, that's fine.
Okay, well you and Nidrilum rolled the exact same thing.
Wow.
So I'm gonna roll a percentage die to see who goes first.
Nice.
Okay, Nidrilum was going first. The creature actually runs around after it bites into. Sorry, it like since it didn't kill him, it like dashes off and behind another of the shelving units. Nidrilin is going to run and jump. Let's see if I can make that roll for him. Jump off of the shelving unit to the other one. Nope. That is a. Okay, he makes it. He lands on top of it with a little bit move his speed left, about 10 feet. Looks down, sees the thing, drops off the shelf, and is going to stab it and try and kill it. 12
Nice.
plus 7, I believe that hits. That does indeed hit. Okay, let's see how much damage he's going to take. 2d8. I grab my d8s. The black die for the Shadow Blade.
I'm at 13
That is-
right now.
that is
I think
9
might
damage.
be time for me to go and do a.
You have a couple of class abilities that I'll tell you about in a second. But you do hear as you see Nidrilin dive behind, like drop off the shelf, fall behind it, and you hear him just like cut through the neck of the Drake. So the Drake is now
Nice.
dead.
Okay.
So I can remove that. Okay. So, start this. If you do want to heal, you actually have a trait. Where is it? You have healing hands. You can restore 3 hit points to yourself, or you can use your action to just use all of your lay on hands to heal yourself.
Wait,
So you can
how
use
many
both.
actions do I have? Do that.
You're not in combat currently.
Yeah.
The thing is dead.
Oh.
So
So I can let's see. Wait. So I have healing hands, and do I also have lay on hands? Are those two different things?
yes, healing hands is because you are Asimar. You heal
Okay.
yourself 3 points.
Okay.
And then lay on hands, you can heal yourself up to 15 points. So you can heal yourself 18 points, which will get you near max.
Okay. All right. I will do that.
You're gonna
So
use
I'll
both
just-
of them.
Wait. I'll just do. You know what? I'll use both of them. Why not?
Okay, so
Actually,
so I have checked off healing hands for you.
I will let you know I can heal you also. So
oh wait, let me see. How much health do I have? I'm at 28. Yeah, I would have used my other one as well. So the other one is
I already used it for you.
okay. I haven't gained the health yet. I have to refresh my page.
Probably.
All right, I'll refresh. Right, so I used healing hands for 15, and now I'm doing whatever else. Wait, why do I have 16 health points now?
Okay,
I
so
had
it
none.
was. Okay, that's because I was. So you had 13.
Okay, I healed for
Add
15.
15.
Okay,
I'll take
15.
care of add 15 and then add
All right,
3, so that's 18. So there you go.
all right. I'm at 34 out of 37.
You should be at 31.
Okay, I'll take 3 damage then. There, 31.
by jumping off a shelf.
There we go.
You healed yourself too
Alright.
much. You jump off a shelf. Okay, so you continue sneakily moving towards the screechy noises. Um, and you come into this area. It's one of the looks like where an office would be, but it's like an open office. He has just like a desk in the middle of the warehouse. Um,
Uh-huh.
there are a lot of spider webs here, and you see something wrapped in spider webs thrashing around, making the screechy screech noises.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna cut that loose with my short sword. Can I do that?
Okay, so you walk up to it.
Wait, actually, wait. First, can I use a perception to make sure there isn't a spider above me about to gnaw on my foot
Okay,
again?
so roll a perception.
Okay. I'm starting to learn. Okay, 6. 6 plus 5, that's 13. That means I probably don't get to see anything, do I?
You don't see anything around you.
Okay.
But he did say there might have been a cockatrice here, and this thing looks similar.
You think? Oh.
So the
So maybe
thing
that
in the
cockatrice is a spider. Isn't spider. Okay. Okay. Then I will. How about I cut just a bit to see if I can tell before I completely unleash it and stuff.
oh, oh
I do that?
I mean you
Or
can tell it's a creature, and you were hired to kill the creatures that were
okay.
invading here. It's
All
not
right.
like
Then
a
you know what?
human. It
I'll
is very much a beast.
all right. Then I take my spear and I stab the thingy in the spider web.
Oh, your spear, not your warhammer.
Oh, I'll use my warhammer actually.
Okay.
That'll do more damage, right?
Yes, 'cause you roll a
Yeah.
d10 instead of a d8.
All right.
Okay.
I'll roll the d10. Let's see what
So
I
it does
get.
not know you. Oh, actually, let me check.
What?
It does not know you are there.
Okay.
So
So
you
it's
get
still invisible.
advantage on it. So roll twice and take the higher.
All right.
Raylith, I
I'm
assume
using.
you are attacking it too.
Yeah, I will.
Roll
All
twice
right.
and
So
take the
I got
higher.
a 10. So it's the we're using like the one that's kind of like a diamond kind of shape, correct?
First you have to roll to hit it. So roll a d20.
Oh, okay. Dang
So
it! I got a D.
I will.
I got an 11
I'll
plus.
use my daggers.
okay.
Actually,
Um.
no,
you
I
can-
can use my bow. I can
If
use
you
my
shoot
bow.
it, you can just pull the arrow back out. You know.
Yeah.
Um.
So I got
Sarthis,
an
Sarthis,
11.
roll your d20 again and take the higher because you have advantage. So you get to
Okay.
roll twice and take whatever is higher.
All right.
Well,
I got an 11 and a 5, so I'll take the 11 and yeah. No, I'll just take the 11.
Okay. So 11 plus your 5, that is a 16. Let me check if let me see if that hits.
I'm not gonna be any help.
That does hit.
All
What
right.
did you roll, sir?
I
Raylith?
rolled my d20
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I got a natural one, so I'm not gonna be any help.
You have
But you might-
advantage.
You might have accidentally
I
just.
did.
Because the creature is not aware of your presence. It is a sneak. It is
So I roll it twice.
surprised.
Okay.
Yes, so you have to roll twice.
Oh, that's an 8. I'll take the 8.
8 plus 9. Okay, that
Yeah.
hits.
That's
Sarthis, roll a d10, add 5. Raylith, roll a
Five.
d10, roll a d8, add 5.
The D10 is the one with the one single zero, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. So I got a 3, and you said add 5 for
So that's an
strength,
8.
or 5 for what? Yeah.
Yes.
So I add 5, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Right,
I got
so I got an
I
8.
got 5, so I do.
That's a 10, so that's a 13 in total. Sarthis, are you using your any of your spells to boost your damage?
Nope. Since he's already in a spider web, I don't want to use my last spell.
Okay. Well, he is actually. Wait, let me check up. Because this might actually... Come on. I'm trying to see if... Because certain conditions add buffs, and I know there is a condition that will make it so you get, Okay. That's fine then. Okay, so you both hit. It reacts, it is going to try and strike you, but it has disadvantage. So that is
Okay.
that is a wrong creature. That is a +3. So that's a 9. That does not hit. So you guys get to attack it again, if you want. I assume you do.
Sure.
Yes. So.
Yep. Is Alex doing anything right now?
D20.
Yeah, he does walk up to it and will attack it. I forgot to roll for him. Sorry, I was busy looking up.
Okay, I got a 17.
Okay, that does hit. Let me roll the
Oh.
2 dice.
I guess our dice are matching then.
Okay.
About this.
Okay, so he does hit, and it does take 7 damage.
Die.
Everyone
Yeah,
got a
and then-
17 on their die.
And then plus, I'll add +9 to mine.
That doesn't matter
Wait,
because
so
you
I
hit
have
it.
to add the.
Okay.
Okay, so is it? I haven't even rolled my damage die. I just got a 17 in my D20.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So I
As
have
long
to
as you
roll my
get above
damage.
a 14, you're fine. So roll D10,
Okay,
add
so-
5.
And I will roll a D8 in there.
Alright.
5, yes.
Okay, I got a 9.
Oh. I got a natural 8 on the D8.
So you guys basically start
And 5.
just beating the crap out of this thing. It doesn't even get a chance to hit anyone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, between the stabbing, the hammering, and the
And the
arrows, it's dead pretty
Okay.
quickly.
Okay, alright, so it was the what's it?
It,
Screechy noise.
it was, yes.
It was the bag. Monk.
It was the cockatrice. Be glad it didn't manage to hit you, because then it can petrify you.
Okay, I'm glad.
It's
Got
like
it,
if
not
you look
the-
into a basilisk's face, it'll petrify you.
Except this only lasts for 24 hours. So, yeah. Okay, so you've killed it. Good job!
Okay.
So you celebrate a little bit, clap hands, look around.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay, do a perception
If
check
there's
then.
any other creatures nearby.
Yeah.
Oh, that fell off.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, well, you know what? Fine. I roll a natural 1, so that's 8.
Natural 1, you fail.
Yes, and yeah. that's-
Sarthis, you do have a feature called Divine Sense.
What does that do?
Divine Sense, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your turn, you can sense anything affected by a hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. Do you want to try that since Rayla failed his...
Sure. Yeah, I'll.
Yeah. And you can
I'll
use
do
this
that,
6
but will that-
times per long rest.
Oh, okay, I'll use that. But will that like let me see everything, or that only let
That
me see like?
that's let you
undead
see
stuff?
any celestial fiends or undead. But this is basically because you allowed Rayla to make a perception check. You cannot make a perception check. So you're gonna have to. This is all you can do to see if you find anything.
Okay, so I used one, and what happened?
Okay, so you rolled. So you used. Did you mark that down?
I have to roll.
No, you don't have to roll. Did you mark
Yeah,
it down?
marked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did mark it. down.
You do sense something. You do sense an undead
Oh.
creature. It's about 3
Okay.
feet under the floor.
Okay.
So once Raylith gets
I'm
back,
here now.
gosh darn it, Raylith, why'd you have to leave?
All right. Was that my only action that I could do right now, or
Um,
could I?
That
do
is
something
that
else?
is your action. What do you want to do?
I was just looking to see what other stuff I could do. I was gonna use a shield, but I realized that that's actually a spell.
It is the spell.
feature that I just didn't know.
But that spell,
So never
it
mind.
does, Shield of Faith does give you a +2 bonus to AC. You there, Raylis?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
And Sarthus disappeared.
What?
Okay, 1 minute, listeners. We'll be back. Okay, sorry for that brief break for a little bit of snack. Sarthus, you use your divine sense, and you sense an undead
Mhm.
creature beneath the floor.
Okay.
Before you, Raylith, or Nijum can do anything, this ghostly looking cloudy thing floats up from the ground, just like passing through the floor.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It has this strange billowy like dark cloak that kind of just like floats around it.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
That's where I left mine last week.
what?
My
Shush.
glowy dark
What?
cloak.
Oh, you
Oh.
have a dark
Oh.
cloak, Raylith. Shush. Um, it stares at the three of you, puts its hand to the side, and you see the shadows from the nearby ground slowly pulling towards it and forming into this large scythe.
Oh, snap.
And that is where we will leave off for this episode on a little bit
Bum,
of
bum,
on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
bum. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds cool.
So, thank you all for watching. If you liked,
Yeah.
subscribe or like or even hit the notification bell if you want to see next episode and get notified when it's posted. We are not Craner.
Yeah, also
Shush
make sure to
you.
comment.
Yeah.
Comment down below what you want to see in the next
Yeah.
video.
Comment what you liked, and if you know D&D and if you know there's a monster you'd like to see in this, post that in the comments and maybe it'll even get in here. It
Also,
probably
tell him
will.
tell him what video games you want to see. He might
He might play
them
some
for you.
video games with us.
I'm gonna be more of the D&D. I'll leave the video games to you,
Okay.
Sarthus. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure.